The capital is Washington, D.C., where the government makes the laws. Uncle Sam is the symbol of the U.S. government. Here is the Capitol building, where Congress writes laws. Congress is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Here is the White House, where the President lives and works. The President has to say yes to new laws by signing them. George Bush was President for 8 years. Now the President is Barack Obama. The first President was George Washington. 2 more Presidents were Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln. The other important part of the government is the Supreme Court, with 9 judges called justices. They talk a lot. They explain what the laws mean. The United States is made up of 50 states. In the U.S. flag, there are 50 stars, 1 for each state. Some states have lots of people in them, like California and Texas and New York State. But some states have very few people in them, like Wyoming and Vermont. When the United States first got started, there were only 13 states. It grew toward the west to the Pacific Ocean. The United States is divided into parts, or regions, including the Northeast, which includes the New England states, and the Mid-Atlantic states, the Midwest and Great Plains states, the South, and finally the West, which includes the Rocky Mountain states and the Pacific states. The national bird of the United States is the bald eagle, and 2 more national symbols are baseball and apple pie. The state of Alaska is not next to other states. It is only next to Canada. Alaska is way up north. Alaska is famous because it is very wild, very large, and very cold. The tallest mountain in the U.S. is in Alaska, Mount McKinley, which is here. Hawaii is a state, but it is out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Hawaii is famous because it is warm and people like to visit the beaches there. The lowest point in the United States is called Death Valley, which is here in California. There are 5 really big lakes in the north called the Great Lakes. The biggest lake in the U.S. is Lake Superior. The longest river is the Mississippi River. The 3 biggest cities in the United States are New York City, which is here, Los Angeles, California, which is here, and Chicago, Illinois, which is here. People can do a lot of things in the United States. In Los Angeles, California, people make movies. In San Jose, California, people make software for computers. Near Seattle, Washington, people make big airplanes. In Nashville, Tennessee, people make a lot of music. In Detroit, Michigan, People make a lot of cars. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, people make a lot of the metal steel. In New York City, people make books and they make money on the stock market. And in Boston, Massachusetts, people learn at many famous universities. But the United States is famous for letting people do what they want. The Statue of Liberty stands for freedom, the freedom to do what you want. In the United States, there are some famous big places, like the high desert, which is here, the Rocky Mountains, which are here, the Great Plains, which are here, and the Appalachian Mountains, which are here. In the United States, there are many famous parks. In Wyoming, there is Yellowstone National Park. In Arizona, there is Grand Canyon National Park. In California, there is Yosemite National Park, and also Redwood National Park. In Tennessee and North Carolina, there is Great Smoky Mountains National Park. In Florida, there is Everglades National Park. There are also many great monuments in the U.S. In New York City, there is the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, and the Brooklyn Bridge. There are many famous monuments in Washington, D.C., like the Washington Monument, the Jefferson Memorial, and the Lincoln Memorial. In Philadelphia, you can see Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell. In Chicago, you can see the Sears Tower. Some sports started in the United States, like baseball, football, and basketball. Americans like to eat lots of different kinds of food, like hamburgers, hot dogs, and meatloaf. The end.